Good morning. Welcome to Dementia Q&A. I'm Dr. Marc, internist and geriatrician. This week's question: can exercise prevent or delay dementia? It was suggested by Rob last week when he wrote in asking about prevention strategies in general. So for everyone who's been watching and subscribing, I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Prevention is on a lot of people's minds these days because we really are entering what I call an age of dementia, where nearly everyone in society is impacted in some way by these diseases. Whether you're a relative or a caregiver, a healthcare provider, perhaps a first responder, or if you just work in the community, more and more people are coming in contact with folks who have memory loss. Exercise seems like a potentially great way to prevent dementia if it works. So, the short answer is yes. Exercise can lower your risk of developing dementia. There are risk factors for dementia that affect both the odds that you'll get the disease, which you can lower, and the age at which symptoms will appear, which you can delay. Exercise actually does both of those things. Of all of the strategies we have at our disposal to potentially prevent or delay dementia, exercise is probably the best one. That's because it has the strongest foundation of research and evidence behind it. It's also well understood by the public and physicians that exercise has benefits for the body. Why not for dementia too? How does exercise prevent dementia? Remember that there are multiple types of dementia, and that vascular dementia is the second most common after Alzheimer's disease. It accounts for about 20 to 30% of all new cases of dementia. That's nearly 1 in 3. Vascular dementias occur because small blood vessels that carry blood from the heart to the brain get clogged, they close up, and that leads to cells dying in the brain. Anything that one can do to improve the health of one's arteries and veins over their lifetime will result in less cell death in the brain, less memory loss, and less dementia. Besides just the health of arteries, it's thought that exercise also leads to changes in brain chemistry, which does two things. One, it strengthens the connections between neurons, and it leads to more neurons talking to each other, connecting with each other. It's felt that this connectivity between neurons, more connections and tighter connections, somehow gives the brain resistance to dementia in general. Also, exercise obviously affects mood, and depression is a big risk factor for dementia that can be modified. Either way, the long story short is your brain really likes it when you exercise. Beyond prevention, there's also really good evidence that ongoing physical activity and exercise can slow memory loss among people who have dementia already. That's partially why you're seeing so many programs in the community geared towards activity for people with memory loss. Things like walking clubs, groups that go hiking, swimming, dancing. All of this physical activity among people with dementia is going to be really important as we continue along in this age of dementia that I talked about. Two things you need to think about regarding exercise and prevention of dementia. First, it's never too late to start. The benefits of ongoing regular physical activity begin to accrue at any age. You don't have to start as a teenager. Second, you don't have to run marathons for the benefits of exercise to be real. We generally target 150 minutes a week of ongoing physical activity or vigorous exercise. So that can be anything from house cleaning to walking in the community to other things we already mentioned like dancing and going to the gym. I hope that this discussion of ways that you can prevent and delay the onset of dementia have been useful for you as you think about your own life and if you're taking care of someone who already has cognitive impairment. If you have questions about dementia you'd like a geriatrician to try to answer, please put it in the comments section below. And if you've liked or shared or subscribed to the channel, again, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.